Hey, I'm BJ from RidersWholesale.com. I've got our 150 Linhai Touring Edition scooter here. We're going to show you how to put it together today. We've already cut the bands off the box. Now we're going to go ahead and remove our box and start removing our metal crate. Alright, you're going to need a number 14 socket ratchet or a number 14 wrench. You just want to go through and remove all your bolts, take all your crating apart, set it to the side, then we're going to show you your next step. Alright, we've got our scooter unwrapped out of the crate. Right here is all you're going to need to put this scooter together. As you can see, there's really not a whole lot that we're going to have to put together. The first thing that we're going to start with today is our battery. That's the first thing you want to do. That way we can get it charged and get it ready. This is what it looks like. Let's go ahead and pull your top here off the battery. Then you got a tack here. Go ahead and pull the wrapper out from around your acid pack. You want to be careful and not get none of this acid on you. That's the reason I cut a piece of this cardboard off to lay the battery on. After you do that, you want to take the tack, make a hole in the top of each one of these to where it just goes right down the battery real easy. Now that we got that done, all we're going to do is just stand this acid pack up in the battery, push it down and let it drain. Just go ahead and let that drain down in your battery for about an hour and a half. Go ahead and start on your bike. After you get it drained off into your battery, I recommend you putting this battery here on charge. Charge it properly, let it set for 2 or 3 hours, then you're good to go. Alright, now we've drained our acid in the battery, we've let it set for about an hour or so. We're just going to go ahead and put the top on. It just snaps right into place. Just push it down until it bottoms out. This right here is what your nuts and bolts look like to connect your battery cables. I'll be showing you all about that here in a little bit. Now you're ready to charge this battery. Alright, now we're going to start to put our brake levers on and our mirrors on, but the first thing we're going to do is just take these bolts right here out of the handlebars. I just took an adjustable wrench. I've already broke them loose. Screw them out both sides, and then we're going to be ready to put your levers on. Alright, now we're going to install our plugs in the end of the handlebars. They're threaded. Just go ahead and screw them in. It takes a hex head to tighten them up. Wait till they bottom out and tighten them up. Now over here on this side, you're going to have to put your hand grip on first. Just slide it on. And then put your plug in the end. Alright, now we're ready to put our brake lever on. This is what your right side's going to look like. There's a spring right here, and if you look up in there, there's a little hole right there in the casting. That's where the spring goes. Just go ahead and slide it up in. Now you're ready to put your bolt in. That right there is what your bolt looks like. It's a number 10. Let's go ahead and line it up. And it's threaded down in the housing, so just screw it in and take a number 10 and go ahead and tighten it up. And then on the bottom side, you want to put a jam nut on it. That right there is what the jam nut looks like. Alright, now we're going to do our left side. Same thing as the other side here. Slide your spring in. Put your bolt in. Alright, now we're ready to install our mirrors. They simply just thread in right here. This right here is what the right rear should look like. Just take your time starting the threads. Then you got a lock nut right here on your mirror. Just screw it down. I recommend setting up on the bike and getting comfortable and adjusting these the way you want them. After you adjust them the way you want them, all you got to do is lock them down. It takes a number 14 wrench or an adjustable. Alright, now we're going to install our windshield. The first thing we got to do is take this piece of plastic off right here. There's a Phillips head bolt right here on this side of the scooter, and there's one right here on this side of the scooter, and then you got two right up here in the front of the plastic that you want to take out. Go ahead and unscrew those, and then the plastic piece just pops right up. I'm going to show you how to pop it up. Alright, after you get all your bolts out, just work it out. It just pops right off just like that. Now we're ready to install our windshield. Alright, you just want to lay your windshield up here on the console. Right here is your bolt holes. You want to line those up. And just start your bolts in. Right here is what your bolts should look like. Just go ahead and put them rubbers up on the bolts. I go through and start all of them, then I go back and tighten them. Alright, we've got them all started. All we're going to do now is just tighten them up. You can pretty much tell whenever this rubber starts squeezing right there that they're bottomed out. I wouldn't tighten them too tight. I probably tighten that just a little bit too tight. After you get them all tight, we're just going to lay the front cover back on and bolt it back up. Alright, we've laid our front cover back on. Now I'm just going to start these back. Alright, now we're ready to install our backrest. All you do is just slide it right in these two holes here. Just push it down. You're good to go. Alright, now we're ready to install our battery. This right here is your battery compartment. Just flips right up. First thing you want to do is take the battery brace out. It's just a Phillips head bolt. It's normally loose. It just screws right out. Pull your brace up. Now we're just going to slide our battery right down in the hole. Right here's what your nuts look like. Slide them into the battery terminals on your battery on both sides. Alright, now we're going to hook up our cables. This right here, it's marked negative on top. Just go ahead and push your boot back. It's marked negative right here on the battery. Right here, this is a negative cable as well. Run the two together, put your bolt through them, and then go ahead and start your bolt. It works best a lot of times if you just go ahead and run it down your battery and take a screwdriver and start it from there. Now that we got it tight, all we want to do is run our boot up on it. Now we're going to move over here to the other side and do the same thing. Right here's another positive cable. As you can see, there's a fusible link right there in it too. Sometimes if your scooter won't start, the first thing you want to do is check that fuse right there. A lot of times it might blow that fuse. Now we're just going to install our brace again and tighten it in place, and we're all done with our battery. What's real neat about this scooter is you got this lockable compartment here to where you can get to your battery. Alright, the last thing we got to do is put gas in our scooter. This right here is a fold down lid. As you can see, it's easy to put gas in. It's a lockable gas cap, so go ahead and take your key, pull your gas cap out, and then just fill it with gas, then you're ready to crank it. Alright, now the last thing you want to do is crank your scooter. Just simply turn the key on, and you'll have to make sure that you got the center stand up here and your kickstand up. Pull your brake in, and this right here is your start switch. Just turn it over. You might have to turn it over a few times before it fires up. Enjoyed our assembly video. Remember, buy them here at riderswholesale.com. You get the wholesale price on them. Get them cheaper here than you do anywhere. And also remember, you've seen it here first, riderswholesale.com.